The Etruscans were an ancient civilization that flourished in central Italy in the region now known as Tuscany between the 8th and 3rd centuries BCE. Their civilization predates the Roman Republic and had a significant influence on Roman culture, including religion, art, and architecture. The Etruscans' influence on Roman culture was so profound that many Roman customs, such as gladiatorial games and architectural styles, have Etruscan roots. The Etruscan language is a unique non-Indo-European language, which has only been partially deciphered. The partial decipherment of the Etruscan language has revealed insights into their society, revealing names, titles, and religious rituals. They believed in an afterlife and buried their dead in tombs, often decorated with frescoes depicting scenes from daily life in the underworld. Their tombs, like the Tarquinian necropolis, offer a glimpse into Etruscan beliefs and daily life through intricate wall paintings. Etruscan society was hierarchical, with kings ruling over city-states until they were eventually replaced by oligarchic governments. The hierarchical society included noble families, whose members often held religious and political offices, as well as a class of skilled artisans and farmers. They were skilled metal workers, known for producing high-quality bronze and iron artifacts, including weapons and household items. The Etruscans were among the first in the region to use a written script, developing the Etruscan alphabet based on the Greek alphabet. The Etruscan alphabet, adapted from Greek, evolved over time and contributed to the development of the Latin alphabet. They had a polytheistic religion with gods similar to those of the Greeks and Romans, such as Tinia, the equivalent of Zeus or Jupiter. Their religion incorporated rituals and ceremonies that were performed by priests, known as haruspices, who interpreted divine will through omens and sacrifices. Etruscan cities like Veii, Tarquinia, and Volterra were important centers of trade and power. Etruscan cities were often rivals, engaging in trade and sometimes warfare, but they shared a common cultural identity. They had a sophisticated system of water management, constructing complex aqueducts and drainage systems. The water management systems, like those in Falerii Novi, show Etruscan engineering prowess and their understanding of hydraulics. Etruscan women enjoyed more social freedom than their Greek and Roman counterparts, often participating in public events and depicted in art as equals to men. Women's rights in Etruscan society contrast with the limited roles of women in ancient Greece and Rome, showing a unique social structure. While Etruscan women could participate in public life, their exact roles and freedoms varied between different city-states. The Etruscans played a ball game called Pila, which might have influenced the Roman game of harpastum. Pila was a rough and competitive sport, which possibly influenced the rough-and-tumble nature of Roman military training. They were skilled sailors and traders, conducting trade with the Greeks, Phoenicians, and Carthaginians. Their seafaring skills allowed the Etruscans to establish colonies along the Mediterranean coast, expanding their influence. The famous Etruscan smile refers to the characteristic enigmatic grin found on many Etruscan terracotta figurines. The Etruscan smile is a fascinating aspect of their art, reflecting a lightheartedness or mystery in their worldview. The Romans believed that their founding legends, including the tale of Romulus and Remus, were influenced by Etruscan mythology. The Etruscan gods were often depicted in scenes with humans, emphasizing the close relationship between the divine and mortal worlds. Etruscan necropolis, such as the Banditaccia necropolis in Cerveteri, are UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The Banditaccia necropolis showcases the Etruscans' underground city-like tombs, providing a window into their beliefs about the afterlife. They had a strong tradition of pottery, with the bucchero ware being a distinctive black, shiny ceramic. Bucchero ware, with its sleek black surface, was produced through a unique firing technique that set Etruscan pottery apart. The Etruscans were known for their advanced knowledge of astronomy, as evidenced by their calendars and the alignment of their tombs with celestial events. Etruscan astronomical knowledge was applied in urban planning, ensuring temples and important buildings aligned with celestial events. They practiced divination, particularly haruspice, which involved examining the entrails of animals to predict the future. Haruspice, while considered superstition in modern times, was a serious practice that helped Etruscan leaders make decisions in both peace and war. The Etruscan League or Confederation was a loose alliance of city-states that maintained a degree of independence while cooperating on matters of mutual interest. The Etruscan League functioned as a loose confederation that allowed for cooperation without complete political unification. Etruscan art is characterized by naturalism, vibrant colors, and a focus on the human form, influencing Roman and later European art. Etruscan art's influence on Roman art can be seen in the realistic portrayal of human emotions and the use of dynamic poses. The Etruscans developed a unique architectural style featuring terracotta decorations and the use of the arch and vault before the Romans. Etruscan architecture's use of the arch and vault laid the groundwork for monumental structures that would define imperial Rome. They played a crucial role in introducing the concept of the triumphal procession to Rome. Triumphal processions, led by victorious generals, were adopted by Rome from Etruscan customs, celebrating military achievements. The decline of the Etruscan civilization began with their gradual assimilation into the rising Roman Republic starting in the 4th century BCE. The assimilation of Etruria into the Roman state was gradual, marked by alliances, wars, and cultural exchange over centuries. The last independent Etruscan city, Volsini, fell to the Romans in 283 BCE. Velsna's fall marked the end of Etruscan independence, but their cultural legacy persisted in Roman society. The Romans absorbed many Etruscan deities into their own pantheon, renaming them, for example, Juno for Uni and Vulcan for Vulcan. The Etruscan pantheon's integration into Roman mythology reflects Rome's syncretic approach to religion. Etruscan funerary practices included elaborate banquets and offerings for the deceased, known as ancestral feasts. Ancestral feasts in Etruscan tombs involved offerings of food and drink, believed to sustain the spirits of the deceased. They had a system of land division called centuriation, which influenced Roman agricultural planning. Centuriation, a method of dividing land into grid-like plots, optimized agricultural productivity and land distribution. Etruscan kings once ruled over early Rome, with the last Etruscan king, Tarquinius Superbus, being overthrown in 509 BCE, marking the beginning of the Roman Republic. Etruscan kings in Rome, like Lucius Tarquinius Priscus, left lasting legacies in Roman institutions and traditions. The Etruscan city-states minted their own coins, featuring symbols of their respective cities, and contributing to a standardized currency system. Etruscan coinage, featuring symbolic imagery, facilitated trade and contributed to economic stability in the region. Etruscan houses were often built around an open courtyard called an atrium, a design feature later adopted by the Romans. Atrium-centered Etruscan houses emphasized communal living and were a precursor to Roman domestic architecture. The Etruscans believed in multiple destinies, with the Larth and Lassa spirits guiding individuals through life. Larth and Lassa spirits highlight the complex Etruscan belief system, with supernatural entities guiding individuals through various stages of life. They played a musical instrument similar to a lyre called the triangular harp or pharynx. The pharynx, with its 3 strings, was a precursor to more complex string instruments in later civilizations. Etruscan tombs sometimes contained goods and provisions for the afterlife, including jewelry, pottery, and tools. Funerary goods in Etruscan tombs reveal a belief in an afterlife where material possessions continued to have value. The Etruscans were known for their love of games and sports, such as chariot racing and hunting. Chariot racing and hunting were popular among the elite, demonstrating a love for competitive sports and outdoor pursuits. They had a complex system of weights and measures, which influenced Roman commercial standards. Their system of weights and measures, though not uniform across all cities, facilitated trade and economic interaction within Etruria. Etruscan clothing featured distinctive patterns and styles, including the tunica and the pallium, which were also adopted by the Romans. Etruscan clothing styles, with their unique patterns and cuts, influenced Roman fashion and dress codes. The Etruscans practiced a form of cremation burial, where ashes were placed in urns, often adorned with sculptural reliefs. Cremation was preferred, with urns often personalized, reflecting individual identities and social status. They had a deep understanding of metal alloys, producing high-quality bronze sculptures and artifacts. Etruscan bronze sculptures, like the Chimera of Arezzo, showcased their mastery of metalworking and artistic expression. The Etruscan pantheon included goddesses of fertility and prosperity, such as Uni, Minerva, and Turon. Goddesses like Minerva, associated with wisdom and war, highlight the importance of female deities in their pantheon. Their language survived longest in the region of Veneto, now known as the Lombardy Plain. Etruscan society valued craftsmanship, leading to advancements in industries like terracotta production and metalworking. They had a rich oral tradition, but much of their literature and historical records were lost, leaving archaeology as the primary source of knowledge. Etruscan literature, mostly lost, included epic poetry and historical records, known only through fragments and Roman references. The Etruscans traded in luxury goods, including textiles, wine, and fine pottery, which were highly sought after in the Mediterranean world. Etruscan luxury goods, like fine fabrics, were exported across the Mediterranean, contributing to their wealth. The famous Capitoline wolf sculpture, long thought to be Etruscan, is now believed to be medieval, but it still symbolizes the Etruscan-Roman connection. The Capitoline wolf, while not Etruscan, symbolizes the mythological founding story Rome borrowed from Etruscan lore. Etruscan religious rituals often involved public sacrifices and ceremonies to honor their gods and ancestors. Religious rituals were public events, fostering community cohesion and reinforcing societal norms. They developed a system of fortifications, building walls around their cities using large stone blocks, some of which still stand today. Etruscan fortifications, like those in Volterra, protected their cities from invasions and preserved their autonomy. Although much of Etruscan history remains shrouded in mystery, their legacy lives on in the cultural and architectural foundations they laid for the Roman Empire and beyond.